Hey guys, it's the E with Scrapbooking with me, and let's see if I got my camera didn't look straight. Sorry, I was having to look at it. It looked like it was a little bit whomper-jawed. So this is the Friday freebie today. You've got 3 pages. This one, it's got the Christmas songs behind it, and then we put the blue in there. The reason I did some blue is because I am working on a blue digital for Christmas. I think it's beautiful, but I love blue. So these will go well with that kit. And then we did some jars with the reds. And then I did 3 larger tags for you. And you could use those to fold together or cut them apart, whatever. So I'm going to do something that's a little different. I was inspired by this piece. This came on, it was the backing of some kind of little paper pad, and I love that. And I scanned that so that I can use it. I don't think I'd be able to sell it or anything because this is probably copyrighted, but I can use it personally. So it says 1909 there. I just love how that's collaged on there. But I'm going to trim a little tiny bit off of the edge because I think it's a little bit too wide for maybe a digital page. Let me look. Well, it wouldn't necessarily be too wide, but it'd be just about the same width, and I don't want that. I want it a little bit narrower. So let me get my trimmer. And I'm going to trim it down to, and I know I'm going to lose some of the front, but that's okay. Like I said, I did scan it. I'm going to trim it down to 4 and, I think I said, what did I say? 4.5. And I'm going to save that little piece. I'll probably use it. So I've still got the invoice. I think that's what that is there. And then it's got this little flap on it that I thought was super cute. I don't know if I'll use the window or not. I like it, but I don't know. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it yet. And I'm going to see if I can use a piece of this Christmas paper that I had left over from last year. This is from Graphic 45, and it's called Let's Get Cozy. But I thought that would look good with that. So what do you think? Now, I am going to cover this one and go ahead and use it, but I'm going to make more with my paper. So let's go ahead and cover this one first, and then we'll make a few more using our paper. Yeah, I'm going to cover it right there. So this is going to be a combination of digital scrapbook paper, and then this would, you could glue it down on your page, or you could, you know, clip it on. You could do different things with it. I'll show you what I'm going to do with mine. Because as soon as I finish these fall journals, I've already got my Christmas journal laid out. So I'll be making some Christmas journals. Someone asked me, said, do you really think you're going to be able to get through with all of those? Well, you know, I hope so. I'm planning on it. If I don't, hopefully the people won't be disappointed that purchased them. They're already purchased, but you know, you can get in line for the next ones if you want to. I think that's pretty. I'm going to trim off this little tiny bit right here. It's just a little where the paper wouldn't go because it was in the fold. There we go. And now I'm going to round to these corners because I like the looks of that corner rounded. And I'm going to use the 1/2 inch. There we go. Then we'll cover this, and I'll need to cover both sides if I'm going to use it as a little flip out. And I think that's what I want to do. So I'm going to cover this side first. And like I said, I haven't decided if I'm going to keep it as a window in there or not. I don't really like cutting out those windows and things, so I don't know. But we'll see. Now, I didn't have any scraps of this paper, so I'm just using what was in my stash. I used up all my scraps, I think, last year. So we'll need to cut this one. See if that will work. I want to keep it away from my fold because it's just going to hinder it folding. Well, I didn't cut it tall enough. How do you like that? You was probably yelling at me, wasn't you? You need to cut it taller. And I didn't. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to cut another one. And I'll use that one for something else. Hopefully. Okay, yeah. And so we're going to have that gap in there, and that's okay because, like I said, I don't want to get too close to that and it not be able to fold. So you could either ink here or you could put some washi tape down there. I'm just going to ink it nice and dark. Anything that you want to do. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue that down, and then I'll trim it. I seem to do better when I glue down and then trim. I'm not too good at finding my little marks lately. Okay. That down there. I took my other mat up because I need to clean it, so hopefully this grungy mat's not going to bother you too much. The other one had got so sticky where I had been gluing that everything was sticking to it, so I decided I better take it to my sink and clean it. Okay, there we go with that. I'm still trying to decide about my little window there. Really don't think I want to fool with it, but we'll see. Now these are meant to be like little journal cards, but you could use them for whatever it is that you might like. Alright, you know what? I'm going to cut out that little window, I think. I'm going to try anyway. I don't know. I may not have good luck at it. I don't even think I have a knife here that would do it. Let's see if my little scissors will. I don't think they will either. We'll see. I don't have my X-Acto knife right here. I think I loaned it to Melina. If I make a mess out of it, we'll just cover it with something. You can always cover it up somehow. Yeah, those are not too great. It's pretty stiff, so I don't know that it's going to work. Not with scissors anyway. Well, I guess if you chew it off a little bit at the time, it'll work pretty good. And that's what I have done, is chewed it off a little bit at the time. And sometimes you can come in from the bottom and you have a little bit better luck. That was an act of Congress, wasn't it? So we got that little piece cut out. Oh, look, the little house just fits right in there. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess I will be cutting them out. Now I need to put some paper on here, I think. I like this, but it doesn't necessarily go with what I'm trying to accomplish here. So I think I'm going to trim this just a tiny bit more. And I know this will be covered up when this is closed, but that's okay. When you open it up, you'll be able to see the little house and everything. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, so we need to glue that down right there. See, when you open it, you'll see that, but when you close it, you'll see this. Love that. Now we'll do some more decorating here. So let's see what we want to cover this with. I haven't printed out all of my Christmas paper yet, or I haven't dug all of it out of wherever it might be. I have this little piece that has blue and red in it, and I think I'm going to use it. And I'm going to try to put this under there and trace that and then cut it out. We'll see how it works. I may not do so good at it. We'll see. It's just paper. If it doesn't work, then we can do something else. And I can't find my scissors now. I buried them. Okay. And I cut to the corners. I don't know how everybody else does. And this is a pretty thick paper, so it makes a difference in how thick your paper is. If I can cut it with my bitty bitty scissors, it's a lot easier, but my bitty ones are not wanting to cut this. And I just cut the biggest part of it off first, and then I can get in there and do my touch-up. Alright, and like I said, a lot of times it helps me if I go under the bottom. Maybe because I can see it a little bit better, see my lines a little better. There we go. And now we'll see if it's going to work. Well, it looks like it will. And I'm going to ink around it just a little bit, just to cover up any of my mess. And then we'll glue it down and then trim it, because I know this is a little bit big. And then we'll make one of these from start to finish. I think I can figure out how to make it. Okay. That seemed to work. Maybe. And then we'll trim this off, hopefully. And trim that a little bit more. Okay. Well, that worked. Now let's go ahead and ink this edge up, because this is already so thick, I didn't want to cover the edge and then try to fold all of it. Now you can cover the back if you want. Like I said, I'm going to leave that like it is. But there is my little flip. Now I want to put something up here. I want to put some labels. Let's see if I have any Christmas labels out. Probably not. Oh, I do. I have some right here. I haven't pulled all my Christmas out yet. It makes a big mess when I pull all that out. Looks like I have all colors and flavors, so we'll just go in here and pick one. We could do blue, have it all blue. But I think if I have one, I want to do red. And I do. I have one right there. It's not exactly the same color red, but I think it'll work. Because I don't see that I have... Well, there's one that says Christmas Eve or Merry Christmas, and that's red. This is some that Katie made for me and sent to me. And like I said, I haven't heard from her in a while. I'm worried about her. Does anybody know anything about Katie? She was designing some things for us, and I just haven't heard from her in a while. So let's put that Merry Christmas on there. But I think I want something else under it. I'm just going to put a piece of book page down. If I had all my Christmas pulled out, I could probably find something different, but I don't. So we'll go with this. Wasting time looking. Now, the way that would go down in a journal is I would put it down on the page like this and glue it here and here and then down that side, and I'd have another tuck up here. But you can clip it on, you can add it into the signature, do whatever it is that you want to do with yours. You could even put it on like that. You can do different things, but that's how I'm going to do mine. So let's make one completely from scrapbook page. We'll see what we can come up with. And you don't have to make them that size that I made that one either. You can make them smaller if you want. Let's see. I'm trying to find a good paper. Let's do this one. I like that. It's pretty. Now, I don't want to make it so tall. I think I'm going to make it 6 so that I can make 2 out of one sheet of paper. So I'm just going to cut this down to 6 inches. I'll cut my little barcode thing off here. And then we'll cut this down to 6. Okay. And I don't need it that wide, as you can see. I need about that much right there. So I'm going to cut it here. Let's see what that is. And we'll end up, let's cut it at 8 inches. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut both of them because I'll use both of them. And then that's a good size for a tag right there. Okay. Now this, we're going to fold around this way, or will we fold this way? I think I'm going to fold it like this. And I'm only going to fold to about right there. This one, I'm not going to make a little opening. You can if you want to. If you've got a punch that you can get in there and make you a little opening, then go ahead. I'm not going to do it on this one. I find that it's harder for me to work with it when I have a little opening there. But you can definitely do that. And now I'm going to cut it off probably about right there. So let me mark it. Goodness, I can't get into my stuff. Alright, we'll cut it off about right there. And all I'm going to do is put it back in here. And then I'm just going to cut down to this fold line right there. There we go. And if it didn't quite go to the fold line, we can finish it out with the scissors. It's not a problem. And then we'll cut this little piece off. Now you could leave that piece on and fold it back a different way, do something different with it. I'll probably come up with a lot of different things I can do with it when I start playing around with this, but this is the first time I've made them, so. Okay, let's straighten that up a little bit. There we go. Now, there's our little fold. Now we're going to go ahead and round the corners. And I'm going to use just this corner rounder. Well, I think I am. I've got something stuck in it, looks like. Get out of there. There we go. And then this one, I'm going to round a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is use this top. And I'm just going to put it down on there. And I'm trying to keep my head out of the shot. And just draw a little circle there. Or half a circle, piece of circle. And then do it like that. There we go. Now this paper is very busy, so I know it's hard for you to see everything, but I just curved that off. This one we'll leave like it is. So now, I do want to cover this, I think. I'm not particularly fond of all of that, the busyness back there. So let's cover it with something. I have a few scrap pieces of Christmas paper here left over from last year. So I think I might put that down. And then we'll have to put something else here. Maybe. I know this is really a scattered. This is really a scattered video. I'm sorry. I just didn't practice on this any. I just thought I could probably get on here and make a few, and I wouldn't use this Christmas paper in my journals just because it's a little bit too busy in the background, but when I cover it, I will. So, and the scrapbook paper is thick enough that it makes a good base for this. So, cover that. And I don't know where I got this Christmas paper. I don't remember. Somebody sent it to me. Okay. That's cute. Got Santa's face right there. And then, let's see. I don't want to cut him up there, so let's see what else we've got. I think I have a few more little pieces over here. I think that one looks like it works pretty well with that. And then we'll put something on here. So let's go ahead and, I'm just going to tear off a piece of this so that it'll be a little easier for me to work with. Okay, we'll put that down right there. Oops. Now you could bring this on over and make this another pocket if you wanted. I've lost my bone folder and all this stuff. Okay. And then I need to cover the inside because, like I said, I'm not particularly fond of that. And I think I'm just going to cover the inside with a piece of this because that way you can journal on there if you want to. Make it a little journal spot. This is some straw paper. I hope I tore that wide enough. I didn't measure it. It'll be alright. It will work. So I guess this is something you can do if you've got some of that scrapbook paper that you wouldn't necessarily use in your journal like it is. You can just cover it, use it for a base because it makes a good, nice thick base. But this is so busy, I would not put it in my journals. It's just too busy for me. Some people like it. A little bit busy for me. Now I know you're saying, well, what about this? Has anything to do with the Friday freebie? Well, only that first one did. I don't know that this was going to. I just saw this laying on my desk and I thought, oh, I'd like to make some of those. Use my journals. There we go. I'm not going to worry about the back because I'm going to glue mine down. Let's see. We could put that jar on there. Let's go ahead and cut that out. And I will fussy cut it, and I'll cut the fussy cutting part out because you guys don't need to see me fussy cut. Believe me, it's not a pretty sight. Okay, we got that cut out. And I think, I don't want to cover up Santa's face here, so I think I'm going to put it up here so that you'll still be able to see it. Oh yeah, you can still see that. And then we need something right here. Now I don't have any Christmas flowers at this point, but if I did, I would put a little Christmas flower there. So I cut this little girl out, and she is from my collection that I have up in the shop, and it's Country Christmas. And this is, I think she is a sweetie. Look at that. There you go. Isn't she cute? So I cut her out, and I'm going to put her on the front here. But when I lay her down on here, she kind of blends with the background. So I'm going to use this little piece of book page and put it down first. And then we'll put her on. I think that'll make it, it'll make her stand out a little bit more. Yeah, that's cute. She is a little cutie. But this is, she is out of the ephemera for my Country Christmas collection. Digital. I'll put her right there. Cute little girl. And then I'm going to put this Santa Claus right up there above her. Because she's pretending to be Santa Claus. See if I got that straight. Straight-ish. Alright, and I think that's all I'll do to that one. And like I said, I will glue it down like this and have that as a tuck. And one of these tags would even fit in there. That would be good. So there is another. So we've got, look at that. I even made this one wider. Now how did I do that? Oh well. We can make one more, and I'm going to make it narrower. Narrower. Let's find another piece of scrapbook paper. Since it's nice and strong. And you do need something that's kind of strong. You don't need anything that's real weak. It needs to have some strength to it. So you could use cardstock. Or, like I said, if you have scrapbook paper like this that you know you're not going to put in your journal or use for anything else, then we can just go ahead and use it. Cover it. Okay, I think I'm going to cut this one at 7.5 instead of 8. That other one was a little bit wide. And I didn't mean to make it that wide. I think it'll still go in my journal without any problems. Let's see. Yeah, it will. But I don't want this one that wide. So we're going to fold it over about like that. And then I'm going to cut it right down through there up to that score line. And then we'll cut this off. Go ahead and round my corners before I forget. You could cover it with paper and then round them. Some people say, why do you cover it with paper and then you round again? Well, sometimes I just forget, you know. Okay, that one looks more like the width than I need. Let's see how wide that one is. That one is 4 3/4. That'll be good. Now, I don't necessarily dislike that, but I do want to cover this because I've just got like the back end of a bear and the front end of a deer. And I think I might just cover it with one of these. Let's just cut this out or tear it out and see. Yeah, I think that'll work. So I'm just going to go ahead and tear off the edges. Put it right side up. Yeah, we can put that there. And then I'll trim. Sounds like I have a delivery. I think if it is a delivery, that is the Barely Arts glue. It's about time. We have been out for a while. I go to great measures to keep from measuring. I go to great measures to keep from measuring. I go to great lengths to keep from measuring. Okay. I like that. That's cute. And I ink around my edges because that way it covers up any mistakes that I might have made. Then, let's see. We might put that jar on there. I kind of like that jar. So I'm going to cut this out real quick. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I kind of like that there. But I'd like to have something else at the bottom. And I'm thinking maybe some book page. Or would I want some of this? No, I'm thinking book page. That is a little bit too matchy-matchy. This is some of the old 1859 paper. And I like to leave all the numbers and titles and everything on there. Yeah, I like that better. And then that, I don't want it even with anything, so we're going to put it about like that. And then I just need to cover that to have a writing spot, I guess. Yeah, that works. Let's put a label down here of some kind. And I think I'm going to come in with a blue label. Just kind of blend all of that together. Let's do Jingle. I like that. Do we want to do anything else to it? We can put a little pull up here at the top and show that that's going to glue down and make a pocket. That would help me remember. put a little bit of some of this paper here. Alright, here's a little piece. That'll be big enough. And I think for this one, I'm just going to tear it out and put it down. I'm not going to worry about covering the whole thing there. I said sometimes my fussy tearing looks like a rat chewed it. I dreamed a rat got in my room last night and I was having a fit. I cannot stand rats. Oh, I don't know why I dreamed that. There we go. Now that can be a little journal spot. And then that will fold it over like that. That is cute. Now if you fold this nice and crisp, that's going to stay folded down like that. But you got to put a good crisp fold in it. Alright guys, I think that is it. It's just something new that I wanted to show you. I'm going to go ahead and punch a little pull in the top of these as well. Just so we remember that they're going to have a pocket behind them. There we go. Ooh, that one hit me right in the face. Okay. Alright, that is it. And I hope you go and download the Friday freebie. All that we ask is that you do be a subscriber to our YouTube channel in order to download these freebies. And we will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.